Nature Talk. Hello kids! Now we enter into the world of nature. Our earth is very beautiful. Mother Nature has blessed the earth and made it a wonderful place to live in. Do you know what the word nature means? Things that we see around us which are not made by man. Flowers, plants, rivers, mountains, rocks are all a part of nature. Now, we are going to see some things and know whether that belong to the nature or not and learn about them. First, we are going to see the table and chair. Oh, this does not belong to nature, as this is man-made. A table and chair is an item of furniture comprising a surface supported by a base or legs. This is specifically used in schools, colleges, and offices to sit and write. Tree. This belongs to nature as it is not man-made. The tree gives us shelter. There are many different trees which give us fruits to eat. They give us oxygen and take in carbon dioxide. They are used for agricultural purposes. Toy horse. This does not belong to nature as it is man-made. This is the very favorite toy used by kids for playing. Birds. This belongs to nature. There are many different types of birds found all over the world. The birds fly and use its feathers for flying. Peacock is the national bird of India. Flowers. This too belongs to nature. These flowers are of different types and colors found all over the world. Lotus is the national flower of India. Now we will learn about what we get from nature. Duck. Ducks are mostly aquatic birds, mostly smaller than the swans and geese, and may be found in both fresh water and seawater. This will swim in water and it lays eggs. Cow. It is a domestic animal. They are raised as livestock for meat, dairy products, leather products, and as draft animals like pulling carts and plows. In India, they are honored in religious ceremonies and revered. It is estimated that there are 1.3 billion cattle in the world today. Sheep. Domestic sheep are ruminant mammals typically kept as livestock. One of the earliest animals to be domesticated for agricultural purposes, sheep are raised for fleece, meat, and milk products. A sheep's wool is the most widely used of any animal and is usually harvested by shearing. Now, let's see different types of birds, fish, and insects around us. Here are some interesting facts about them. A bird's bones are hollow and filled with air. This makes them light yet strong. Thus, birds fly so gracefully. Mammals like cats, dogs, horses, and cows give birth to young ones and feed them on mother's milk. Some animals are expert swimmers. They live in water and are called aquatic. Example: fish, crab, and aquatic turtle. Some animals are even smarter. They can live both on land and in water. They are called amphibians. For example, frog and salamanders. Insects lay eggs. The young ones look like their adults only after going through different stages. Example, butterfly and ant. Do you know why a tailor bird is called so? It is because it builds its nest by sewing leaves together. A born artist, isn't it? Elephant. Elephants are large land mammals. At birth, it is common for an elephant calf to weigh 120 kilograms. They typically live for 50 to 70 years. The elephant has appeared in cultures across the world. They are a symbol of wisdom in Asian cultures and are famed for their memory and intelligence. The 2 teeth of an elephant form tusks and it will grow outside his mouth. Lion. It is the second largest living cat after the tiger. Wild lions currently exist in sub-Saharan Africa and in Asia. It is known as the king of the forest. There are records of lionesses living for up to 20 years in the wild. In captivity, both male and female lions can live for over 20 years. The lion will live in a den and have a royal mane. Octopus. Octopuses are highly intelligent, probably the most intelligent invertebrates. It has 8 arms around its body called tentacles. An octopus has a hard beak with its mouth at the center point of the arms. Octopuses are bilaterally symmetrical with 2 eyes and 4 pairs of arms. Octopuses have a relatively short life expectancy. Kangaroo. Kangaroo is the national animal of Australia and it can be found in large numbers. Kangaroos have large, powerful hind legs, large feet adapted for leaping, a long muscular tail for balance, and a small head. The kangaroo can carry its baby in a pouch attached to its body. The average life expectancy of a kangaroo is about 4 to 6 years. Camel. The camel can be found mostly in the desert regions. This animal is commonly called as the ship of the desert. The average life expectancy of a camel is 40 to 50 years. A fully grown adult camel stands 1.85 meters at the shoulder and 2.15 meters at the hump. The hump rises about 30 inches out of its body. Camels can run up to 65 kilometers per hour in short bursts and sustain speeds of up to 40 kilometers per hour. Children love to ride on a camel. Lizards. Lizards are a large and widespread group of reptiles with nearly 5,000 species ranging across all continents except Antarctica as well as most oceanic island chains. Lizards typically have 4 limbs and external ears. It can be found mostly on the walls of all houses. When it breaks its tail, it grows again. Cockroach. Cockroaches are insects and there are about 4,000 species of cockroaches. Among the best known pest species are the American cockroach, which is about 30 millimeters long, the German cockroach 15 millimeters long, the Asian cockroach about 15 millimeters in length, and the Oriental cockroach about 25 millimeters. This will live in all houses, but this is not a pet. This will be considered as a dirty insect. Cheetah. The cheetah is a typical member of the cat family that is unique in its speed while lacking climbing abilities. It is the fastest land animal, reaching speeds between 112 and 120 kilometers per hour in short bursts covering distances up to 460 meters. It has the ability to accelerate from 0 to 110 kilometers per hour in 3 seconds. The cheetah is a carnivore, eating mostly mammals under 40 kilograms. Sparrow. Sparrows tend to be small, plump, brown-gray birds with short tails and stubby, powerful beaks. They are primarily seed eaters, though they also consume small insects. A few species scavenge for food around cities. Sparrows are physically similar to other seed-eating birds, such as finches, but have a vestigial dorsal outer primary feather and an extra bone in the tongue. Tortoise. Tortoises or land turtles are land-dwelling reptiles. Like their marine cousins, the sea turtles, tortoises are shielded from predators by a shell. The top part of the shell is the carapace, the underside is the plastron, and the two are connected by the bridge. The tortoise has both an endoskeleton and an exoskeleton. Tortoises can vary in size from a few centimeters to 2 meters. This has a lifespan of over 150 years. Rabbit. Rabbits are small mammals found in several parts of the world. There are 7 different genera in the family classified as rabbits, including the European rabbit, cottontail rabbit, and the Amami rabbit. Rabbits are herbivorous who feed by grazing on grass, forbs, and leafy weeds. Rabbits are often kept as house pets. In gardens, they are typically kept in hutches, small wooden house-like boxes that protect the rabbits from the environment and predators. Dog. The dog is a domesticated subspecies. The domestic dog has been one of the most widely kept working and companion animals in human history. Over a 15,000-year span, the dog has been domesticated. The frequency range of dog hearing is approximately 40 Hz to 60,000 Hz. The home for dog is the kennel. Horse. The horse has evolved over the past 45 to 55 million years from a small multi-toed creature into the large single-toed animal of today. Horses are able to sleep both standing up and lying down. Female horses, called mares, carry their young for approximately 11 months, and a young horse called a foal can stand and run shortly following birth. This has the ability to run fast in the water as well as land. Children love to ride on horses. The home for horses is known as the stable. This has an average lifespan of between 25 and 30 years. Oh wow, a pretty rainbow! This rainbow has 7 colors which are known as Vibgyor. It means violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. Here it is, the sun. The sun has the ability to wake us up and make our day bright. This sun is also a star. It will rise in the east and set in the west. The sun's rays are most powerful in the midday. That's why we are wearing caps when we are out during that time. Now, the stars. They are the bright stars that we see in the night sky. They are quite big, but look tiny because they are far away from us. Oh, the clouds! The clouds are a grey or white mass. The clouds will sometimes hide the sun or the moon and stars. The clouds are made up of very small floating drops of water. They at times cause rain with dangerous lightning. Now, let's learn about some of the things by the creation of nature and their interesting facts. Mountain. A mountain is a landform that stretches above the surrounding land in a limited area, usually in the form of a peak. A mountain is generally steeper than a hill. As a whole, 24% of the Earth's land mass is mountainous. These mountains are found mostly in all countries all over the world. These mountains are very high. Snow can be seen over these mountains. Sea. The term sea refers to a large expanse of saline water connected with an ocean. Sea is the important thing of nature. The sea is very wide and deep. Ships move on it. Fishes like shark, whale can be seen on the seas. Sky. The sky is the part of the atmosphere or of outer space visible from the surface of any astronomical object. During daylight, the sky of Earth has the appearance of a deep blue surface because of the air's scattering of sunlight. At night, the sky has the appearance of a black surface or region scattered with stars. In the field of astronomy, the sky is also called the celestial sphere. Sky can turn a multitude of colors such as red, orange, and yellow during the day and black at night. Wind. Wind is the flow of air or other gases that compose an atmosphere. In short terms, wind is air molecules in motion. Wind is often a standalone weather phenomenon. It can also occur as part of a storm system, most notably in a cyclone. It shakes the leaves and ruffles our hair. We cannot see or touch the wind. Desert. A desert is a landscape or region that receives very little precipitation. Deserts can be defined as areas that receive an average annual precipitation of less than 250 millimeters. The desert is a long stretch of sandy land, and camel will be found in deserts. Deserts take up about 1/3 of the Earth's land surface. The desert regions are hot, and the Sahara Desert in Africa is the largest hot desert. Forest. A forest is an area with a high density of trees. These plant communities cover approximately 9.4% of the Earth's surface and function as habitats for organisms. Forest means an uncultivated area legally set aside for hunting. Many different types of trees and wild and dangerous animals live in these forests. India is a country with vast number of forest regions. Earth. The Earth is the third planet from the Sun. The Earth is the largest of the terrestrial planets in the solar system in diameter, mass, and density. Earth is the only place in the universe where life is known to exist. The planet formed 4.54 billion years ago, and life appeared on its surface within a billion years. Earth interacts with other objects in outer space including the Sun and the Moon. At present, Earth orbits the Sun once for every roughly 366.26 times it rotates about its axis. Water. Water is a common chemical substance that is essential for the survival of all known forms of life. Water refers only to its liquid form or state, but the substance also has a solid state, ice, and a gaseous state, water vapor or steam. Water covers 71% of the Earth's surface. On Earth, it is found mostly in oceans and other large water bodies. Saltwater oceans hold 97% of surface water, glaciers and polar ice caps 2.4%, and other land surface water such as rivers, lakes, and ponds 0.6%. The water has no taste, smell, and shape. Around the world. India, Japan, United Kingdom, China, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Indonesia, Denmark, Brazil, Malaysia are some of the important countries in the world. Do you know what the term country means? It means an area of land with its own people, government, and army. The government controls the country while the army protects it from any attack from other countries. Iceland is a special country. It has short, cool summers. There is daylight for many weeks throughout the night. So, Iceland offers the midnight sun. A. Afghanistan, Africa, Argentina, Australia, Austria. F. Fiji, Finland, France, French Guiana. H. Hungary, Hong Kong. S. Saudi Arabia, Scotland, Singapore, South Africa, South Korea, Spain, Sri Lanka. G. Germany, Georgia, Great Britain, Greece. K. Kenya, Kazakhstan, Kuwait. Y. Yemen. Z. Zimbabwe, Zambia. We have learned the country names in the world. Now, let's study about the flags of the countries. Every country of the world has a flag of its own, which is called the national flag. It's a piece of cloth fixed to a pole at one edge. Often, it has different colors and symbols on it. A country is known by its flag. We should respect the flag of a country. We should never spoil or tear it. The Indian flag is referred to as the tricolour. It has saffron at the top, white in the middle, and dark green at the bottom in equal proportions. In the center of the white band is a wheel in navy blue. It has 24 spokes. The ratio of the width of the flag to its length is 2:3. Here are the flags of our neighboring countries. Sri Lanka. The flag of Sri Lanka, also called the lion flag, consists of gold lion passant holding a sword in its right forepaw in front of a crimson background with 4 golden bow leaves in each corner. Around the background is a yellow border, and to its left are 2 vertical stripes, of equal size in saffron and green, with the saffron stripe closest to the line. Afghanistan. This flag consists of 3 stripes of the colors black, red and green. This has been present on most flags of Afghanistan in the last 20 years. The center emblem is the classical emblem of Afghanistan, with a mosque with its mihrab facing Mecca. Pakistan. The flag is referred to in the national anthem as Parcham-e-Sitara o Hilal in Urdu. The flag comprises a dark green field representing the Muslim majority of Pakistan, with a vertical white stripe in the hoist representing religious minorities. In the center is a white crescent moon and a white 5-pointed star which symbolize progress and light respectively. The flag symbolizes Pakistan's commitment to Islam, the Islamic world and the rights of religious minorities. Burma. The flag of Burma was adopted on January 3, 1974 upon the declaration of a socialist republic in Burma by Ne Win. The flag originated in the Burman resistance, which adopted a red flag with a white star when fighting the occupying Japanese forces during World War II. Upon independence, the star was modified to a blue canton with 5 small stars surrounding one large one, symbolizing the unity of the country's diverse peoples. Red stands for the courage of the people, blue is for peace, and white is for purity. Bangladesh. The national flag of Bangladesh was adopted officially on January 17, 1972. A red disc is on top of the green field, offset slightly towards the hoist so that it appears centered when the flag is flying. The red disc represents the sun rising over Bengal and also the blood of those who died for the independence of Bangladesh. The green field stands for the lushness of the land of Bangladesh. The green represents the greenery of the country, its vitality and youthfulness. Nepal. The national flag of Nepal is the only national flag in the world that is not a quadrilateral. The flag is a simplified combination of 2 single pennants from different branches of the previous rulers, the Rana dynasty. Its crimson red is the color of the rhododendron, the country's national flower. Red is also the sign of victory in war. The blue border is the color of peace. Until 1962, the flag's emblems, the sun and the crescent moon, had human faces. They were removed to modernize the flag. The faces remain on the sun and moon on the royal standard. The crescent represents the royal house and the sun denotes the Rana family. China. The flag of the People's Republic of China, the 5-starred red flag. The final design was red with a large yellow 5-pointed star and 4 smaller yellow 5-pointed stars in the upper hoist side corner. The color red symbolizes the spirit of the revolution, and the 5 stars signify the unity of the people of China under the leadership of the Chinese Communist Party. Bhutan. The national flag of Bhutan consists of a white dragon over a yellow and orange background. The flag is divided diagonally from the lower hoist side corner, making 2 triangles. The upper triangle is yellow and the lower triangle is orange. The dragon is centered along the dividing line facing away from the hoist side. The dragon depicted on the flag Druk represents Bhutan's local Tibetan name, the land of the dragon. The dragon grasps jewels, representing wealth in its claws. The yellow field symbolizes the secular monarchy, while the orange represents the Buddhist religion. The national flag of United Kingdom is referred to as the Union Jack. Now, let's see some of the flags of other countries. USA, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, China, Saudi Arabia. Monuments are old buildings which are an important part of a country's history. Every country has some famous monuments. Now, let's see some of the famous monuments of India. Taj Mahal, India Gate. Have you seen any of these structures? These are two very famous monuments. Taj Mahal is located at Agra and India Gate is located in Delhi. Monuments are built for many reasons, such as to show respect to someone and to mark an important event. Sun Temple at Konark, Hawa Mahal at Jaipur. Now, let's learn about some of the other famous monuments around the world. Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China. The Long Wall of 10,000 is a series of stone and earthen fortifications in China, built, rebuilt and maintained between the 5th century BC and the 16th century. The Great Wall stretches over approximately 6,400 kilometers from Shanhai Guan in the east to Lop Nur in the west, along an arc that roughly delineates the southern edge of Inner Mongolia but stretches to over 6,700 kilometers in total. At its peak, the Ming Wall was guarded by more than 1 million men. Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty, or more formally, Liberty Enlightening the World, was presented to the United States by the people of France in 1886. Standing on Liberty Island in New York Harbor, it welcomes visitors, immigrants, and returning Americans traveling by ship. The statue is of a robed woman holding a torch and is made of a sheeting of pure copper hung on a framework of steel with the exception of the flame of the torch, which is coated in gold leaf. It stands atop a rectangular stonework pedestal with a foundation in the shape of an irregular 11-pointed star. The statue is 151 feet tall, but with a pedestal and foundation, it is 305 feet tall. Big Ben, England. Big Ben is the nickname for the great bell of the clock at the northeastern end of the Palace of Westminster in London. This is the world's largest four-faced chiming clock and the third largest freestanding clock tower in the world. The tower is 96.3 meters high. The bottom 61 meters of the clock tower's structure consists of brickwork with sand-colored Anston limestone cladding. The four clock faces are 55 meters above ground. The interior volume of the tower is 4,650 cubic meters. Eiffel Tower, France. The Eiffel Tower is an iron tower built on the Champ de Mars beside the Seine River in Paris. The tower has become a global icon of France and is one of the most recognizable structures in the world. Named after its designer, engineer Gustave Eiffel, the Eiffel Tower is the tallest building in Paris. The structure is 324 meters high. The metal structure of the Eiffel Tower weighs 7,300 tons, while the entire structure, including non-metal components, is approximately 10,000 tons. Pyramid, Egypt. A pyramid is a building where the outer surfaces are triangular and converge at a point. The base of pyramids are usually quadrilateral or trilateral, meaning that a pyramid usually has 4 or 5 faces. The most famous pyramids are the Egyptian pyramids, huge structures built of brick or stone, some of which are among the largest man-made constructions. It is one of the 7 wonders of the world. Lotus Temple, India. The Baha'i House of Worship in Delhi, India, popularly known as the Lotus Temple due to its flower-like shape, is a Baha'i house of worship and also a prominent attraction in Delhi. It was completed in 1986 and serves as the mother temple of the Indian subcontinent. It has won numerous architectural awards. The Baha'i laws also stipulate that only the holy scriptures of the Baha'i faith and other religions can be read or chanted inside in any language, while readings and prayers can be set to music by choirs. No musical instruments can be played inside. Meeting people. We have finished learning about the countries, their flags, and the famous monuments all around the world. Now we will learn about the famous personalities around the world. Walter Elias Disney, an American film cartoonist, is famous for animated cartoons. We all know him as Walt Disney and love the characters created by him like Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. Walt Disney created the first sound cartoon, the first all-color cartoon, and the first animated feature-length motion picture. One of the dreams of this great dreamer was to open a large amusement park. In 1955, Disneyland opened in California. Walt Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was the first full-length cartoon film. Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru was a major political leader of the Indian National Congress and the first and longest-serving Prime Minister of independent India. He is also referred to as Pandit Nehru. We celebrate his birthday as Children's Day in India. Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa was born on August 26, 1910 in Skopje, now the capital of the Republic of Macedonia. She founded the Missionaries of Charity in Kolkata, India in 1950. For over 45 years, she ministered to the poor, sick, orphaned and dying while guiding the Missionaries of Charity's expansion first throughout India and then in other countries. We call her Mother. She took care of the poor and needy. Mahatma Gandhi. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was born in Porbandar, a coastal town in present-day Gujarat, Western India, on 2nd October 1869. His father Karamchand Gandhi and mother Putli Bai. He was a major political and spiritual leader of India and the Indian independence movement. He was the pioneer of Satyagraha, firmly founded upon ahimsa, or total non-violence, which led India to independence and inspired movements for civil rights and freedom across the world. He is commonly known around the world as Mahatma Gandhi. He is officially honored in India as the father of the nation. His birthday, 2nd October, is celebrated as Gandhi Jayanti and worldwide as the International Day of Non-Violence. He chose to wear a dhoti because many people of his country were poor and could not afford to buy proper clothes. Enid Blyton. Enid Mary Blyton was a British children's writer known as both Enid Blyton and Mary Pollock. She was one of the most successful children's storytellers of the 20th century. Once described as a one-woman fiction machine, she is noted for numerous series of books based on recurring characters and designed for different age groups. Her books have enjoyed popular success in many parts of the world and have sold over 400 million copies. She is behind Lenin and almost equal to Shakespeare. One of her most widely known characters is Noddy, intended for beginning readers. APJ Abdul Kalam. Bharat Ratna Dr. Avul Pakir Jainulabdin Abdul Kalam, born in October 15, 1931, Tamil Nadu, India, usually referred to as Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, was the 11th President of India, serving from 2002 to 2007. Due to his unconventional working style, he is also popularly known as the People's President. He was awarded India's highest civilian honour, Bharat Ratna, in 1997 for his work with DRDO and his role as a scientific advisor to the Indian government. He is popularly known as the Missile Man of India for his work on development of ballistic missile and space rocket technology. Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan, born on 7th April 1954, is an actor, action choreographer, film director, producer, martial artist, comedian, screenwriter, entrepreneur, singer and stunt performer from Hong Kong. Jackie Chan is one of the best-known names worldwide in the areas of kung fu and action films. In his films, he is known for his acrobatic fighting style, comic timing, use of improvised weapons, and innovative stunts. Sonu Nigam. Sonu Nigam, born July 30, 1973, in Faridabad, Haryana, India, is a highly acclaimed Indian playback singer whose songs have been featured in numerous Bollywood and Kannada movies. He has also released numerous Hindi pop albums and acted in a few Hindi feature films. Sonu Nigam began his singing career at the age of 3. He moved to Mumbai with his father to begin his Bollywood singing career at the age of 18. Michael Jackson. Michael Joseph Jackson is an American recording artist, entertainer, and businessman. Referred to as the King of Pop, 5 of his solo studio albums, Off the Wall, Thriller, Bad, Dangerous, and History, have become some of the world's best-selling records. Amitabh Bachchan. Amitabh Bachchan, born on October 11, 1942, is an Indian film actor. He first gained popularity in the early 70s and has since become one of the most prominent figures in the history of Indian cinema. Bachchan has won numerous major awards in his career, including 3 National Film Awards and 12 Filmfare Awards. He holds the record for most number of Best Actor nominations at the Filmfare Awards. In addition to acting, Bachchan has worked as a playback singer, film producer, and television presenter and was an elected member of the Indian Parliament from 1984 to 1987. Bill Clinton. William Jefferson Bill Clinton, born on August 19, 1946, served as the 42nd President of the United States from 1993 to 2001. He was the 15th Democrat elected to that office. He was the 3rd youngest president, only older than Theodore Roosevelt and John F. Kennedy when he went into office. He became president at the end of the Cold War, and as he was born in the period after World War II, He is known as the first baby boomer president. The work people do which need special training and skill are called professions. Let us learn about some professionals. Architect. A person who designs buildings is known as an architect. He is trained and licensed in planning and designing buildings and participates in supervising the construction of a building. An architect derives from the Latin architectus, itself derived from the Greek architekton, which means chief builder. Astronomer. An astronomer is a scientist who studies celestial bodies such as planets, stars, and galaxies. Astronomy was more concerned with the classification and description of phenomena in the sky. Dentist. Dentistry is the known evaluation, diagnosis, prevention and treatment of diseases, disorders and conditions of the oral cavity, maxillofacial area and the adjacent and associated structures and their impact on the human body. Dentistry is widely considered necessary for complete oral health. Those in the practice of dentistry are known as dentists. A dentist will take care of our teeth. Detective. The profession of a detective person is to collect information about a crime and finds out criminals. A detective is an investigator, either a member of a police agency or a private person. Detectives have a wide variety of techniques available in conducting investigations. Doctor. A physician, medical practitioner, or medical doctor practices medicine and is concerned with maintaining or restoring human health through the study, diagnosis, and treatment of disease and injury. This is accomplished through a detailed knowledge of anatomy, physiology, diseases and treatment, the science of medicine, and its applied practice, the art or craft of medicine. A doctor is a person who cures diseases. Editor. The role of an editor is to correct pieces of text or films before they are printed. Fashion designer. He is the person who designs a variety of clothes. Pilot. He is the person who flies an aeroplane. Sailor. This person has a very exciting life. His profession is to work on a ship. Scientist. The person who finds out or invents new things and does research. Doctors are of many types. A cardiologist is a heart specialist, while a pediatrician is a child specialist. Air hostess. They are members of an aircrew employed by the airlines to ensure the safety and comfort of the passengers. Astronaut. An astronaut or a cosmonaut is a person trained by a human spaceflight program to command, pilot, or serve as a crew member of a spacecraft. Vegetable vendor. A vegetable vendor is a person who sells vegetables. Baker. A baker is someone who primarily bakes and sells bread. The place where a baker works is called a bakehouse, bake shop, or bakery. A farmer. A farmer is the person who grows field crops and or manages orchards or vineyards or raises livestock or poultry. Their products are usually sold in a market. Policewoman. A policewoman is a warranted employee of a police force. Police officers are generally responsible for apprehending criminals, maintaining public order, and preventing and detecting crimes. Police officers are sworn to an oath and are granted the power to arrest and imprison suspects along with other practices. Be a sport. We all love to play a variety of games with our friends, don't we? Some games like cricket, football, basketball and volleyball are usually played outside and are called outdoor games. Some games can be played inside the house and are called indoor games like carom, ludo, Scrabble and chess. Games are a joy. They help us to refresh our mind and make us healthy and active. When people play games as a profession, we call it sports, and such people are called sportsmen. Ball. It is used in the game of football. This ball will be usually in black and white color. Stumps. It is known as stumps, which will be used in the game of cricket. This stump has 3 wooden sticks and above it there will be 2 small sticks known as bails. Cock. It is used in the game of badminton. This is made up of thick feathers closed very tightly. There are also some plastic corks. Dice. Dice is used to play ludo, snake and ladder. A dice is a small polyhedral object, usually cubic, used for generating random numbers or other symbols. Stick. It is used in the game of hockey. A hockey stick is used in field hockey, ice hockey or roller hockey to move the ball or puck. Basket. It is used in the game of basketball. It is used to put the ball inside it and each time the team puts, they will score points. Chessboard. Chessboard has 64 boxes in black and white color. Each color will have 32 boxes and 32 coins are used to play this game. The boy is on roller skates. The girl is on a skateboard. These people seem to be having lots of fun, aren't they? You know what they are doing. They are skating. This is the type of sport people enjoy. Ice skating. It is very exciting to skate on ice. People who go for ice skating wear a special shoe with a thin metal bar fixed to the bottom. Squash. If you thought squash is the name for a sweetened drink, think again. Squash is a game too. It is played between 2 or 4 people in an enclosed playing area. It involves hitting a small rubber ball against a wall. Now we can learn about few games. Okay? Come on, let's have a few interesting facts about them. Chess. The game is played on a square checkered chessboard with 64 squares arranged in an 8x8 grid. It's an indoor board game. 2 people play it at a time. Each player controls 16 pieces. 1 king, 1 queen, 2 rooks, 2 knights, 2 bishops and 8 pawns. The object of the game is to checkmate the opponent's king, whereby the king is under immediate attack and there is no way to remove it from attack on the next move. Table tennis. Table tennis, also known as ping pong, is a sport in which 2 or 4 players hit a lightweight, hollow ball back and forth with rackets. The ball used in this game is generally called a ping pong ball. The game takes place on a hard table divided by a net. Players must allow a ball played toward them only 1 bounce on their side of the table and must return it so that it bounces on the opposite side. Scrabble. Scrabble is a word game in which 2 to 4 players score points by forming words. The words are formed across and down in a crossword fashion and must appear in a standard dictionary. Football. Football is an outdoor game played on the open ground. This involves players kicking a ball with a foot in an attempt to score a goal. This sport is better known as soccer in USA. Archery. Archery is the art, practice or skill of shooting with a bow and arrow. Archery has historically been used in hunting, combat and has become a precision sport. A person practicing archery is called an archer or a bowman. One who is fond of or an expert at archery is called a toxophilite. The target of this game is sometimes referred to as the bull's eye. Now, let us see some of the adventure sports which you love very much. Bungee jumping. Bungee jumping is an activity that involves jumping from a tall structure while connected to a large elastic cord. The tall structure is usually a fixed object such as a building, bridge or crane, but it is also possible to jump from a movable object such as a hot air balloon or helicopter. Water rafting. Rafting or whitewater rafting is a challenging recreational activity utilizing a raft to navigate a river or other bodies of water. This is usually done on white water or different degrees of rough water in order to thrill and excite the raft passengers. Climbing. Climbing is the activity of using one's hands and feet to climb over rocks, mountains. Equipment such as ropes, bolts, nuts, hexes and camming devices are normally employed either as a safeguard or for artificial aid. Surfing. Surfing is a surface water sport in which the person surfing is carried along the face of a breaking ocean wave standing on a surfboard. Surfboards can also be used on rivers on standing waves. Skiing. Snow skiing is a group of sports using skis as primary equipment. Skis are used in conjunction with boots that connect to the ski with the use of a binding. This sport is played on the snowy mountain regions. Now, can we study little more different games? Badminton, motor race, horse riding, cycling, boxing, hockey. Here, we are going to learn some of the major equipments used in some sports. Boxing gloves are used in boxing. Bat and ball is used for playing cricket. Dice is used to play Ludo, snake and ladder. Basketball net is used in playing basketball. Target board is used in playing archery. Fishing is the biggest participant sport in the world. Each country in the world has their own national games. Now we will learn some of the national games of few countries. Cricket is the national game for Australia. Baseball is the national game for United States of America. Ice hockey is the national game for Canada. Bullfighting is the national game for Spain. Hockey is the national game for India. Boxing ring. This enclosed place is called a boxing ring. Boxers compete within this ring. Tennis court. This area marked out on a ground is called a court. This is a lawn tennis court. Kids, we have finished learning about a few sports and the major equipments used in sports. I hope you enjoyed a lot in learning about your favorite games. Now we will move to learn some of the famous arts. Art Gallery. Let us now see some of the famous artists. Asha Bhonsle, singer. M.F. Hussain, painter. Amitabh Bachchan. Javed Akhtar. Arundhati Roy. R.K. Lakshman. Art is as old as human civilization. Let us learn some fascinating facts about art. Early man painted marvelous and astonishingly good paintings on cave walls. Most cave paintings focused on hunters and animals. Early men used natural colors. They drew stick figures for people, but the animals were well drawn and usually filled in with natural colors. The prehistoric man also painted the walls of his cave dwellings with scenes showing dancing figures and hunted animals. Thus, art developed many years ago. For instance, paintings in Bhimbetka caves in Madhya Pradesh are around 10,000 years old. Now, we will study about some important equipments. Tabla. It is the major instrument which is used for music. Brush. It is the kind of tool which is used for painting. Ghungroo. This equipment is used in dancing. Pen. This tool is used for writing. Mic. This instrument is used for singing. John Milton, the great English poet, composed several of his poems in the 22 years of his blindness. Embroidery. Embroidery is a decoration on a piece of clothing consisting of patterns and pictures made by stitches that are sewn directly into the material. Embroidery is also a kind of art. Nowadays, embroidery is done with the help of machines too. When embroidery is done in the traditional way with hands, it is called handicraft. Papier-mâche. Papier-mâche, sometimes called paper-mâche, is a construction material that consists of pieces of paper, sometimes reinforced with textiles, stuck together using a wet paste. The crafted object becomes solid when the paste dries. Pottery. Pottery is the ceramic ware made from clay by potters. Major types of pottery include earthenware, stoneware, and porcelain. The places where such wares are made are called potteries. Pottery is one of the oldest human technologies and art forms and remains a major industry today. Block printing. Wood block printing is a technique for printing text, images or patterns used widely throughout East Asia and originating in China in antiquity as a method of printing on textiles and later paper. Ukiyo-e is the best known type of Japanese woodblock art print. Tie and dye. Tie-dye is a process of resist dyeing textiles or clothing which is made from knit or woven fabric, usually cotton, typically using bright colors. It is a modern version of traditional dyeing methods used in many cultures throughout the world. Some craft artists recycle objects such as license plates, soda cans, costume jewelry, and old t-shirts into purses and other surprisingly new forms. Smart speakers, smart readers. Here are 5 brothers of the English alphabet whom we call vowels. A, E, I, O, U. We put an before a word which starts with a vowel sound. For instance, this is an umbrella. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. I heard an interesting story. But then we also say he is an honest man. Do you know why? It is because though the word honest does not start with a vowel, it does start with a vowel sound. The word cauliflower has all the vowels. The word rhythm has no vowels. The Chinese use shapes to write words. They do not have any alphabet. The shortest English word that contains the letters A, B, C, D, E and F is feedback. The most used letter in the English alphabet is E, and Q is the least used. Let us learn the antonyms of few words. The antonym of tall is short. The antonym of thin is fat. The antonym of broad is narrow. The antonym of sad is happy. The antonym of light is heavy. Cinderella, a girl who was badly treated by her stepmother and stepsisters. Dwarfs, the 7 characters whom Snow White meets in the jungle. Aladdin, the boy who got the magic lamp. Goldilocks, girl who met 3 bears. Little Red Riding Hood, the little girl who met a cunning fox. A person who tells lies is known as a liar. Someone who reads a lot is known as a bookworm. Something that is extremely large is known as enormous. To make something by putting together bricks or some other material is known as build. A path on a busy road for you to walk on is known as footpath. Someone who does not fear danger, bold. One who wants more and more, greedy. A good character in a fairy tale who appears suddenly and puts everything right is an angel. Endless knowledge. The young one of a duck is known as duckling. The young hen is known as a chick. The young one of a goat is called as a kid. The small one of a sheep is known as a lamb. The child of a cow is called as a calf. The young one of a horse is known as a foal. The fish child is called as fry. The child of a lion is known as a cub. The pet one of a kangaroo is known as Joey. The young one of a deer is called as a fawn. Daffodil. Daffodils are found in Europe, North America and Western Asia. Narcissus is the botanical name for all daffodils. They are also called paperwhites and jonquil. The term daffodil is generally used for single, trumpet-shaped flowers and paperwhites for tiny white flowers that grow in clusters. The plant grows to a height of 10 to 18 inches in a variety of colors, sizes and shapes, including white, green, yellow, orange and bicolor. They are one of the most vigorous and colorful flowers of spring. It consists of a central whorl of tepals surrounded by a ring of petals. The center part may range from a long tubular part to a short flattened disc. Lotus. Neelambo is a genus of aquatic plants with large, showy, water lily-like flowers, commonly known as lotus or sacred lotus. It is the well-known national flower of India and Vietnam. The lotus flower is one of the most ancient and deepest symbols of our planet. The lotus flower grows in muddy water and rises above the surface to bloom with remarkable beauty. At night, the flower closes and sinks underwater. At dawn, it rises and opens again. Untouched by impurity, lotus symbolizes the purity of heart and mind. The lotus flower represents long life, health, honor and good luck. Carnation. The carnation is available as a standard carnation, one large flower per stem, or a spray carnation with lots of small flowers. Dianthus is its botanical name, meaning divine flower. It is available in a huge range of colors, almost all except blue. Carnations can last up to 3 weeks, but should be kept away from ripening fruit and vegetables because of ethylene gas. Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemums, often called mums, are a genus of about 30 species of perennial flowering plants in the family Asteraceae, native to Asia and northeastern Europe. The flowers occur in various forms and can be daisy-like, decorative, pompons or buttons. In addition to the traditional yellow, other colors are available such as white, purple and red. Tulip. Tulips are one of the most popular spring flowers of all time and the third most popular flowers worldwide, next only to the rose and chrysanthemum. Tulips come in an incredible variety of colors, heights and flower shapes. Some tulips are even fragrant. Elephant is the largest land animal. Blue whale is the largest sea animal. Giraffe is the tallest of all animals. Hummingbird is the smallest bird. Ostrich is the largest bird. Swift is the fastest bird. Owl is the bird that hunts at night. Gorilla is the largest ape. Rhinoceros is an animal with a horn on its nose. Insects that live in colonies are known as termites. Nose. The major part of our body which we use to smell a flower. The nose has an area of specialized cells which are responsible for smelling. Another function of the nose is the conditioning of inhaled air, warming it and making it more humid. Hairs inside the nose prevent large particles from entering the lungs. Feet. The lower part of the human body is known as the feet, in which we would put our skating boots. Tongue. The tongue is skeletal muscle on the floor of the mouth that manipulates food for chewing and swallowing. It is the primary organ of taste. Much of the upper surface of the tongue is covered in papillae and taste buds. The tongue, with its wide variety of possible movements, assists in forming the sounds of speech. It is sensitive and is kept moist by saliva and is richly supplied with nerves and blood vessels to help it move. Teeth. Teeth are small whitish structures found in the jaws of many vertebrates that are used to tear, scrape, milk and chew food. The roots of teeth are covered by gums. Teeth are not made of bone but rather of tissues of varying density and hardness. It is also the small white things all in a row which we did not have when we were a newborn baby. Skin. The skin is the outer covering of the whole body. It is the largest organ of the integumentary system, made up of multiple layers of epithelial tissues and guards the underlying muscles, bones, ligaments, internal organs. Brain. The brain is the center of the nervous system in all vertebrates. The brain is located in the head, protected by the skull and close to the primary sensory apparatus of vision, hearing, balance, taste and smell. Brain can be extremely complex. The human brain contains roughly 100 billion neurons. This part helps you to think and also with all other activities. Legs. The human leg is the lower limb of the human body, extending from the hip to the ankle and including the thigh, the knee and the nemes. The largest bone in the human body, the femur, is in the leg. Legs are often used for standing, walking, jumping, running, kicking and similar activities and are a significant portion of a person's mass. Eyes. The human eye is a significant human sense organ. At least 80% of the data that reach the brain are collected by the eye. The eye allows human beings vision, which includes color differentiation and distance or depth. The human eye has a 200 degrees viewing angle and can see 2.7 million colors. Color blindness is a defect that prevents people from differentiating between two or more colors. Hair. Hair is a protein filament that grows through the epidermis from follicles deep within the dermis. Found exclusively in mammals, it is one of the defining characteristics of the mammalian class. Human scalp hair normally grows at a rate of 0.4 millimeters per day. It is also the part of our body which can give different shapes. Necklace. A necklace is an article of jewelry which is worn around the neck. Necklaces are frequently formed from a metal chain, often attached to a locket or pendant. Necklaces can also be manufactured with cloth and they sometimes contain rocks, wood and or shells with different shapes and sizes. Necklaces have been worn by both men and women. Legs are the major part of our body which contains parts like heels, toes and fingers. Eyes are the important parts of our body which has lids and lashes. Fingers and palms are the other parts of the body which has the major part as hands. Face is another important part which contains major parts like eyes, nose and lips. Lips, tongue and teeth have the major part as mouth in our body. Gadget savvy. Juicer grinder. multifunctional fruit and vegetable juice extractor and grinder. Juicer is used for juice extracting and grains or beans grinding. Make fresh juices, soy milk, tofu and more. It can extract delicious vitamin-rich juices from virtually every kind of fruit and vegetable. Toaster. A toaster is a small electric kitchen appliance designed to toast multiple types of bread products. A typical modern two-slice toaster draws anywhere between 600 and 1200 watts and makes toast in 1 to 3 minutes. The three types are pop-up toasters, toaster ovens, and conveyor toasters. Microwave oven. A microwave oven or a microwave is a kitchen appliance that cooks or heats food by dielectric heating. This is accomplished by using microwave radiation to heat water and other polarized molecules within the food. Microwave ovens heat food quickly, efficiently, and safely. Electric kettle. A kettle is an electrical device used to quickly heat water for hot drinks such as tea or coffee. It is normally constructed out of durable plastic or steel and powered by electricity. Once the water has reached boiling, the kettle automatically deactivates to prevent the water boiling away and damaging the heating element. Washing machine. A washing machine or a washer is a machine designed to clean laundry such as clothing, towels and sheets. The term is mostly applied only to machines that use water as the primary cleaning solution as opposed to dry cleaning or even ultrasonic cleaners. All washer machines work by using mechanical energy, thermal energy and chemical action. Vacuum cleaner. A vacuum cleaner is a device that uses an air pump to create a partial vacuum to suck up dust and dirt, usually from floors. Most homes with carpeted floors in developed countries possess a vacuum cleaner for cleaning. The dirt is collected by a filtering system or a cyclone for later disposal. Computer. Computer is an electronic machine. It helps to do our work correctly. It gives the calculations correctly. We can finish our work fastly and be able to save lots of time by using computer. Let's learn some of the parts of the computer. Floppy disk. A floppy disk is a data storage medium that is composed of a disk of thin, flexible magnetic storage medium encased in a square or rectangular plastic shell. Floppy disks are read and written by a floppy disk drive. CD or compact disc. A compact disc is an optical disc used to store digital data, originally developed for storing digital audio. Hard disk. A hard disk drive is a non-volatile storage device which stores digitally encoded data on rapidly rotating plate with magnetic surfaces. Keyboard. A keyboard is an input device partially modeled after the typewriter keyboard, which uses an arrangement of buttons or keys. A keyboard typically has characters engraved or printed on the keys, and each press of a key typically corresponds to a single written symbol. Monitors. A computer monitor is an electronic device that shows pictures. A monitor is usually used to see programs on a computer. A monitor may be used to watch television if it is connected to a device that has a television tuner. Mouse. A piece of plastic that has a ball on the bottom and two buttons on the top. It is a hand-operated electronic device that controls the coordination of a cursor on your computer screen as you move it around on a pad. Printer. A printer is a peripheral which produces a hard copy of documents stored in an electronic form, usually on physical print media such as paper or transparencies. Many printers are primarily used as local peripherals and are attached by a printer cable. Scanner. A scanner is a device that optically scans images, printed text, handwriting or an object and converts it to a digital image. Very high-resolution scanners are used for scanning high-resolution printing, but lower-resolution scanners are adequate for capturing images for computer display. Speakers. Computer speakers or multimedia speakers are external speakers, commonly equipped with a low-power internal amplifier. The computer speakers typically packaged with computer systems are small plastic boxes with average sound quality. It is a device that converts analog audio signals into the equivalent air vibrations in order to make audible sound. Modem. A modem is a device or program that enables a computer to transmit data over telephone or cable lines. Computer information is stored digitally, whereas information transmitted over telephone lines is transmitted in the form of analog waves. A modem converts between these two forms. Chip. An integrated circuit is a miniaturized electronic circuit that has been manufactured in the surface of a thin substrate of semiconductor material. It is a small piece inside the computer that helps your computer work. Motherboard. A motherboard is the central printed circuit board in some complex electronic systems such as modern personal computers. The motherboard is sometimes alternatively known as the main board or system board. CPU. A central processing unit or processor is an electronic circuit that can execute computer programs. The CPU is the brain of the computer. More commonly called processor, the CPU is where most calculations take place. In terms of computing power, the CPU is the most important element of a computer system. Tools and instruments. Hammer. A hammer is a tool meant to deliver an impact to an object. The most common uses are for driving nails, fitting parts, and breaking up objects. Hammers are often designed for a specific purpose and vary widely in their shape and structure. Usual features are a handle and a head, with most of the weight in the head. It can also be used as a weapon. Screwdriver. The screwdriver is a device specifically designed to insert and tighten or to loosen and remove screws. The screwdriver is made up of a head or a tip which engages with a screw, a mechanism to apply torque by rotating the tip, and some way to position and support the screwdriver. Axe. The axe or axe is an instrument that has been used to shape, split and cut wood, harvest timber, and as a weapon. The axe is an example of a simple machine as it is a type of wedge or dual inclined plane. It splits the wood into two parts by the pressure concentration at the blade. Spade. A spade is a tool designed primarily for the purpose of digging or removing earth. The first spade was made of riven wood. After the art of metalworking was discovered, spades were made with sharper tips of metal. With a metal tip, a spade can both break and move the earth in most situations, increasing efficiency. Shovel. A shovel is a tool for lifting and moving loose material such as coal, gravel, snow, soil, or sand, and is an extremely common tool which is used extensively in agriculture, construction, and gardening. It is usually a hand tool consisting of a broad blade with edges or sides that is fixed to a medium length handle. Shovels are usually made of iron or steel and are very strong. Hacksaw. A hacksaw is a fine-toothed saw with a blade under tension in a frame, used for cutting materials such as metal or bone. Some have pistol grips which keep the hacksaw firm and easy to grip. Small handheld hacksaws consist of a metal arc with a handle that fits around a narrow, rigid blade. One edge of the blade has many small saw teeth along almost its entire length. Spanner. A wrench or spanner is a tool used to provide a mechanical advantage in applying torque to turn bolts, nuts, or other items designed to interface with a wrench. Spanner is the standard term. The most common shapes are called open-ended spanner and ring spanner. Lawn mower. A lawn mower is a machine that has one or more revolving blades to cut a lawn at an even length. Lawn mowers employing a blade that rotates about a vertical axis are known as rotary mowers, while those employing a blade assembly that rotates about a horizontal axis are known as cylinder or reel mowers. Tabla. The tabla is a popular Indian percussion instrument used in the classical, popular, and religious music of the Indian subcontinent and in Hindustani classical music. The instrument consists of a pair of hand drums of contrasting sizes and timbres. Drums. The drums is a member of the percussion group technically classified as a membranophone. Drums consist of at least one membrane called a drum head or drum skin that is stretched over a shell and struck either directly with parts of a player's body or with some sort of implement such as a drumstick to produce sound. Mridangam. The mridangam is a percussion instrument from India, especially South India. It is the primary rhythmic accompaniment in a Carnatic music ensemble. The mridangam is thus also known as Devavadyam or instrument of the gods. Guitar. The guitar is a musical instrument with ancient roots that is used in a wide variety of musical styles. It typically has 6 strings, but 4, 7, 8, 10, 12 and 18 string guitars also exist. Guitars are recognized as one of the primary instruments in blues, country, flamenco, mariachi, rock music and many forms of pop. They can also be a solo classical instrument. Violin. The violin is a bowed string instrument with 4 strings, usually tuned in perfect fifths. It is the smallest and highest pitched member of the violin family of string instruments, which also includes the viola and cello. Someone who plays the violin is called a violinist or a fiddler. The violin is played by musicians in a wide variety of musical genres, including classical, jazz, folk and traditional, and rock and roll. Sitar. The sitar is a plucked stringed instrument. It uses sympathetic strings along with a long hollow neck and a gauge resonating chamber to produce a very rich sound with complex harmonic resonance. It is used in Hindustani classical. This instrument is used throughout the Indian subcontinent, particularly in northern India, Bangladesh and Pakistan. Harmonium. A harmonium is a freestanding keyboard instrument similar to a reed organ or pipe organ. Sound is produced by air, supplied by foot-operated or hand-operated bellows, being blown through sets of free reeds, resulting in a sound similar to that of an accordion. Piano. The piano is a musical instrument played by means of a keyboard. The piano is also very popular as an aid to composing and rehearsal. Pianos are sometimes classified as both percussion and a stringed instrument. Xylophone. The xylophone is a musical instrument in the percussion family which probably originated in Indonesia. It consists of wooden bars of various lengths that are struck by plastic, wooden or rubber mallets. Each bar is tuned to a specific pitch of the musical scale. The arrangement of the bars is generally from low to high. Shehnai. The shehnai is an aerophonic instrument which is thought to bring good luck and as a result is widely used in North India for marriages and processions. This tube-like instrument gradually widens towards the lower end. It usually has between 6 and 9 holes. It employs 2 sets of double reeds, making it a quadruple reed wood wind. By controlling the breath, various tunes can be played on it. Trumpet. The trumpet is a musical instrument with the highest register in the brass family. Trumpets are among the oldest musical instruments. They are constructed of brass tubing bent twice into an oblong shape and are played by blowing air through closed lips. Mandolin. A mandolin is a musical instrument which has a body with a teardrop-shaped soundboard with a sound hole of varying shapes which are opened.